Okay guys, so moving on to our next device for the day is again another upgrade. We've done this about 4 to 5 episodes back where we spoke about the Huawei Nova 3E. This one here is the Huawei Nova 3i. Yes, it's not yet launched and we already have the very first piece from Huawei themselves. So thank you to the team of Huawei for sending this across to us for a review. We're going to check out exactly the Huawei Nova 3i, what it's all about. But before that, check this video for more information. So guys, we're going to start with unboxing the Huawei Nova 3i. It is quite an interesting color because I just went crazy seeing the back side of it. But I'm going to show that to you in some time. Before that, there's the mobile device. And let's see what else do we have in the box. So you have a bit of an empty space there where you have the SIM ejector. You've got the Huawei charger with the USB-C. No, that's not a USB-C, is it? No, it isn't. Let's check that out later. And of course you have earphones, which are quite standard. So this is what you get pretty much in the Huawei Nova 3i. Let's check out the mobile starting from the exteriors. So guys, starting with the exterior, I mean, I love that color right there. I mean, it's a beautiful flash. This one's the iris purple. It also comes in black and white pearl, and I really like this beautiful texture. I mean, it looks so beautiful to watch, and it's really mesmerizing, honestly. So starting with the back, like I said, iris purple, dual tone blue and purple tint on it, which is kind of similar to the Nova 3e, which only had the blue tint on it, the one which I had reviewed earlier. Of course, you have the fingerprint sensor right there. You've got a dual camera there, which is 16 megapixel and a 2 megapixel. Yes, 16 and 2 is quite interesting combination. However, what's even more interesting is the front-facing camera. Similar to the Huawei Nova 3e, this particular one is a selfie master. Why? Because it has a 24 megapixel camera right there and a 2 megapixel camera which has an aperture of 2.0, which is just brilliant because that is the perfect combination of taking a selfie. So this is really high in technology for selfies. Quite an interesting mid-range mobile to have that kind of a feature. Not only that, Huawei have launched the new chip, which is the Kirin 710, and quite interestingly has a good performance. I tried looking at games like PUBG in terms of the graphics, and it was doing so well in medium and high features. So yeah, so this is quite interesting in terms of its processor. But let's look at the rest of the exteriors. Of course, you've got the SIM card right there, which is an hybrid and can be extended for memory. Apart from them, you've got your speakers and this one is a USB 2.0, so it's not a USB-C. This might be quite an inconvenience for few, but then I think as an upgrade you might have something else coming in, so we might have that for our next episode probably, but we'll talk about that later. And towards the sides, you've got, of course, your standby, your power on, off, and your volume buttons. So very well done in terms of its aesthetics. I really like the back. I mean, that color is quite mesmerizing. So yeah, now let's get into what we have inside the Huawei Nova 3i. So guys, right there is a lot of colors and it looks crisp in terms of its output. I mean, yes, you have the notch there, but you can also use the settings to basically lower down the visual on that. So that's just brilliant in terms of convenience. What I like most is the camera. The front facing camera is actually absolutely an amazing feature, because I really love the selfies that you take on this. You've got the portrait mode. It doesn't really zoom in on the portrait mode, so it makes it really quite efficient in terms of taking your selfies. And I think this is quite a game changer in the whole mid-range section on the Huawei Nova 3 I series. So yeah, this is just brilliant. Of course, there's something called the AR lens. I'm just going to change this particular character in there and show this to you. So you've got the Huawei, I mean, they've come up with this whole animoji style kind of a thing, which is quite interesting. You've got like bunny rabbit, you've got a penguin, you've got a robot, you've got a cherry to select from. So quite a lot of animatics that you can say through the augmented reality lens. Now what's most important bit is, guys, the cameras work on AI intelligence. So if at all you're taking pictures, you can boost up the colors, and not only that, get some really good tint on your photos that you're taking. Apart from that, you've got, of course, a mix of a lot of features right there, which is pretty much standard. But there is one thing that I really like, which is the watermark feature. So that's something that is something very special for me, because then nobody can actually take your pictures from you. So you can take some really cool pictures from this particular mobile. Apart from that, getting on into the features, let's go into the settings and show you what it's operated from. You've of course got it on Oreo, which is the latest. But apart from that, in terms of the storage, you've got about 4 GB RAM, and you've got about 120 GB memory, and it can also be extended later on. So like I said earlier, this one comes on the Oreo and has Android 8.1, which is quite an interesting device in terms of its performance. So keeping in mind you're looking at building something through a new chipset of Huawei, which is the Kirin 710, and also the Oreo and the Android 8.1, is a brilliant combination in terms of performance. Like I said, in terms of high performance, in terms of its processes, videos, games, whatever you're trying to do on there, it can really get the best out of it. So yeah, moving on, in terms of other features that you have, there is quite an interesting feature which is called the party mode. Now I'm going to show this to you guys. This is quite an interesting one. Why? Because it really allows you to merge up other new Huawei products. If at all you have anything of that sort, and you have friends home, you have other new Huawei headsets. Why am I saying new? Because this is available on the new ones, and it could be quite an interesting party, because you play all your music out of these particular mobiles together in sync. So that's quite an interesting feature. So yeah, guys, this is the Huawei Nova 3i. I hope you enjoy this particular mobile. If at all it comes on the shelves pretty much this month, so go check it out at the Huawei store. So guys, getting into the battery, this one's about 3340 milliampere hour, which is quite standard in terms of its battery, but compared to the Nova 3e, this is more than that, so it gives you a bit more of battery life. Now the mobile in its specific is a different range altogether, because the price point is quite interesting. So 1,799 for this particular mobile is quite an interesting price.